Hello, welcome to the next ReeVlog. I'm boiling. I had to turn the fan off because I tried to record one of these, but it was a bit loud. Don't do well in the heat. However, that's not what I wanted to discuss. I talk about that all the time. What I'm wanting to discuss is exercise, fitness, physiques, etc. It's Thursday today, meaning yesterday I wasn't at work, I had Kung Fu, went to Kung Fu, job was a good one, and I am showing improvement, which I love. Went through application of a few of the kicks, the new ones, as well as a few other bits and bobs. My instructors agreed to go through specific stuff next week, because he won't be there the week after, and that'll give me some time to practice, and then I can ask him some questions the week after that. Should he be back by then, because he might also be away that week, but if he is back by then, I can ask him some questions, because then I'm off at work for the following 4, so that way I can practice it on my own, hopefully learn it. But if there is anything that I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about this, I can confirm it and then practice more, having had it like reviewed, because some of the kicks that we did yesterday, for example, because I've not done them under supervision to have anyone critique my form before, there were things that I had been doing wrong, but I hadn't been practicing it too much because I knew that might be the case. But now I can add those kicks into my more regular practice. Same thing with what I'm doing with the forms and stuff like that. However, weirdly today, I'm having a stronger than I've ever really had, because I've had this thought in passing before, just like every so often, like, would it not be cool to have big muscles? But I've never seriously thought, you know what, I want bigger muscles. Until today, where I still don't want to get huge, but I've noticed that like my thighs in particular are very much low density. And I think if I had bigger muscles and maintained my body fat percentage, or maybe not even percentage, amount, I don't know. I'm too tired in the heat for all this, but I think I would like more definition, and size is a good way to get that. And not just for the aesthetic of it, but also for practical elements of, if I'm targeting a muscle with a particular exercise, if I can see the muscle, I will then be able to tell better to make sure that I am isolating it properly. Like pecs, for example, I can feel when I'm isolating it. If I put my hand on there, I can tell when I'm tensing it. But it'd be easier if I could see it. Now, I don't always have not like this when I'm working out. Oh no, I have mess on my shirt. Anyway, yeah, I'm not looking down while I'm working out, like looking at my boobies, like, oh yeah, I'm isolating that one. But I've got a mirror over there, so if I work out in front of the mirror, I can see it. If I join a gym, they have mirrors everywhere. I don't do a lot of isolation work at the moment, but still, it'd be useful, I think. And also, you know, I'm not a huge aesthetics person, but I think this shirt makes me look pretty broad, and it would be nice to have the actual underpinnings of the strength that it implies that I have. Mostly I want to work on my lower body still, because core needs more stability, hips need more stability and flexibility, so mobility, I guess. Feet need to just improve in general. I've still got plantar fasciitis problems in one and a toe issue on the other. My knee on my left leg still is a problem to some extent, along with my left elbow, which makes me think, having had a look into it, might have had a stroke at some point in the past, because it is on the left and can cause issues with tendons, but if it happened, I don't know when or why or anything, so I'm just going to not worry about it unless I get symptoms of a stroke in the future. But yeah, so wild. The whole reason I decided to do this vlog was just to talk out the whole get bigger thing, because I've always been of the mindset of remain as efficient as possible, keeping high density, low hypertrophy muscles, so maximum strength per pound type deal, which I still think is pretty optimal, but a little bit of hypertrophy as well should help with the muscle endurance, I believe, which will then help with my overall cardio endurance during those exercises, because it'll be relying on other energy sources more, stuff like that, meaning I can work out for longer, meaning I can then work on the chronic fatigue stuff more. Yeah, there's a lot going on, really. So, who knows? Maybe I'm going to be doing some bodybuilder style training over the rest of the year or something like that. Currently, haven't put any actual effort into like planning it, preparing for it, etc. And I'm going to continue on as I am for now, especially because I'm still needing to fix my sleep problems. I woke up way too early today. My alarm is due to go off in 7 minutes, and I've been awake for like 3 hours. I've already done all my daily exercises apart from squats, and that's just because my foot hurt. So it's feeling a bit better now, so I'll probably do those when I finish this. But still a lot. Still not on enough sleep, especially considering with work. I'm going to be going to work. I'm not going to be getting back here probably until gone 7 a.m. Meaning that I will at that point have been awake for 20 hours roughly, which it's not great, especially when then I go to sleep. If I wake up with my alarm, say I get to sleep at 20 past 7, I'd say, which is unlikely, because when I get back I'm probably going to need to go to the loo, brush my teeth, get ready for bed, go to bed, and then it'll take me a while to get to sleep, so it'll probably be close to 20 past 8. But if we said 20 past 7, like best case scenario, then my alarm goes off at 20 past 2, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. A 7 hours sleep is pretty reasonable, but that relies on me getting back, managing to go to sleep like that, and sleeping all the way through to my alarm, which almost never happens. Especially considering it's going to be even hotter tomorrow than it was today. And I woke up because the heat and the light, to be fair. I keep the little window open at the top because I've got like the two on the side and then the little one at the top, and then a window you can't open underneath that. The little one at the top I've kept open for a while just to make sure there is some circulation. That let in enough light today to wake me up, so I'm going to have to start closing that as well. And relying on our air conditioning unit that the phone's currently resting on top of more than I already do. Probably get like just bowls of cold water and leave them around the room and put ice packs everywhere. Pain is what it is, but never mind. But yes, so this vlog is all about building the muscles. Rest is such an important factor, and it's, I think, the biggest limiting factor other than my chronic fatigue for me personally. Time is obviously a limiting factor with everything else that we do, but not as big of a limiting factor, I don't think. as my insufficient rest. If I rested more, I would recover better and also feel better for the most part if it's not a bad fatigue day when it comes to doing the training. But yeah, so lots to be done because I've got hip mobility is still a key one. I really need to work on my core for postural support as well as it just being useful. Then I've got to work out the imbalance and stuff in my back and shoulder so that I can continue to do my job without ending up like a crippled hunchback type deal, which, nothing against people who are that, but it's not the life for me. Good news is I had a heart scan yesterday, a ultrasound, and they said my heart's fine. So that's good to know. I still think it's partially somehow responsible for the triggers of the chronic fatigue, because yes, the heat can cause a flare-up, but usually it's overdoing it on exercise, and most of the time when that happens, it is high cardio load. That's why I'm very careful with running and stuff, and then jump squats, ballistic exercise in general, really love them, but I've got to be careful because they could trigger it. Same issue with Kung Fu, really. Thankfully, currently not too fatigued today. A little bit more than my average day at the minute, but that's just the weather. But whatever the weather. Anyway, I'm gonna go, because otherwise I'm going to be vlogging until my alarm goes off, and I'm not really sure how that interacts, even though it's happened before. I've got to get my squats in, and then, yeah, stay tuned. No doubt if I do start any get huge, stay huge type training, then I will either actually update you on it and its progress, how it feels, etc., because that's what I tend to do, or I'll forget, because I also tend to do that, and you'll just see me get absolutely fucking swole, I guess, because I do seem to be of a phenotype, I think that's the correct word, that can put on weight very easily. I just need to make sure that the training's there to support it, and it would fit my general combat style, because yes, I like some of the flowy stuff, but for the most part I am like a brick wall on wheels, which doesn't sound very sturdy, but whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna have some more water, make sure I'm hydrated. Don't know if you can tell, I think I look tired, but whatever. Yeah, have some more water, make sure I'm hydrated, get my squats in, and then do some writing, and continue to let this tick over in the back of my head. Feel free, I know most people who watch these know me in real life, so if you get to this point, great. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on that as a potential thing for me. Do you think that being bulking up would look weird on me? Do you think it'd suit me and my personality, etc.? Or you could comment, boost that algorithm. Not that I expect to ever actually make any money off this channel, unlike young teen James when he started. But regardless, I'll catch you cats on the flip-flop. Oh no, my alarm's going off. And goodbye!